For schools, we do let's do a little class for the parents to learn how to boost their children's immune system. So we try to fit and customize these different workshops for different businesses. And what happens is the network that they have, they attend our events. And at these events, usually I don't know everybody because it's their network. But what I do is I do giveaways. And for me to be able to do the giveaway, I have to have their name, right, and their number. So when they come in, this is a very important thing for me to always remember and to do it in every event, is to have everybody fill out that little prize drawing sheet, and that is my contact after, right? So I use that later. That's more in the post-event that Keely's gonna talk about, what you do with that stuff. So I try to be as creative as possible to be able to change up the types of events. And what works a lot for our community is hands-on workshops. So we have cold syrup making workshops with the oils. We have like perfume making. If you have that Itovi device, if you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a little device that you can do like personalized perfumes, and that is a hit every single time. So people come and they make perfumes that are made for them. So it's just a different way of putting these oils on people's hands. And as we all know, once they touch these oils, that's it, right? That's the main job, is to put the oils on people's hands. And that's our way to kind of make it different.
Amen. All right, thank you. So Aisha kind of hit on this, but this question's for you, Diane.
Okay.
She talked about kind of the strategy with texting and saying, I'm excited to see you tomorrow, and then 2 hours before the event, hitting that up. Can you chime in a little bit more on, I guess, just the optimal time as far as promoting the event goes?
Sure. I think it depends on what type of event you're promoting as well. Like we were talking a little bit about if we're doing like a larger team event, and we're maybe doing inviting customers as well in the morning section, and then builders in the afternoon section. These type of events we usually do like 2 to 3 months in advance. We'll put a save the date out there just to get people excited about it, so that I'll get all the builders on board, right? And then they can start doing Facebook Lives and get people excited about it. So we would do that for a larger event. For a class, I always want to have my classes set up a month or 2 in advance, right? And I'm going to start inviting for that class about 3 weeks before, right? I usually send a newsletter out. I've got my newsletter that goes out every month, so people know the upcoming event. So you always want to have your next event. So when I'm finishing one class, I'm also advertising the next class, right? So I'm at the end of the class, I'm saying, okay, next month, make sure you tell your friends about this one. So you want to have some specialized events going on as well, so that people are always knowing what's coming up after the first one.
Okay, thank you. So we've obviously talked, the bulk of our questions have all been about the prep work, pre-event stuff. But if we get them in the seats, if they're there now, the event is running, whether that's a meeting, class, corporate event, whatever, we gotta have some fun. doTERRA is such a fun culture. Andy, this question's for you. I know specifically you are working in the North America Latino market, right? You speak fluent Spanish. Are there Latinos in the house? Yes. So they like to have fun. Maybe you can dive into some of the fun stuff you do.
I don't know if I can speak to the fun stuff I do, but I can see the things that when you get into different cultures and different experiences that maybe you're not used to. I speak to an experience a couple of years ago I had to help out with one of the spring tours in San Francisco, and I was asked to introduce some of the oils, and I thought I did a pretty good job, and then the next lady got up and she was sharing it, and she had everybody yelling and screaming and dancing. And so I think that when you look at different cultures and you look at the things that they're normally doing, maybe that's not something that is normal. My wife would be the first one to tell you that I'm not a dancer, and so I probably am not the best one to be in the Latin community. But as we look at different ways that we can bring up excitement, one thing that I've noticed that they love as I've worked with them is giveaways and different types of drawings and things to keep the meeting going and having fun, and they love to, everybody loves to receive things, and so as you maybe space it out a little bit and you can give different things as your class goes along, I've seen that has helped out a lot.
Okay. You said your wife mentioned you're not a dancer.
No.
She said you were.
She did she?
Yes. You better get ready. Tonight, we're going to be dancing.
We're dancing tonight.
Post-event. So after the event is done, how do we ensure to fill those seats for the next event? Keely, this question is for you. What are you doing in regards to the post-event timing of that?
So I think that at the end of the day, what we're all trying to create is some type of community, right? So what kind of vision do you have, or what kind of culture are you creating? And this is something that, regardless of who your upline is, you should have your own vision of what you want to cultivate in your community, because that's what people are searching for, truly, right? We all show up to things like this. Like, you guys are all here at leadership because of the value that you know you're going to get out of this event, right? We all have made sacrifices to be here, whether it's financial or time or kids or all the things. So this is why people are showing up to your events, because of the perceived value that they are going to get from your event. So if you are not communicating that, or you are not listening to their needs, and that is why you're not getting people in your classes. So I can't encourage you more to listen, ask questions. What are you struggling with? How's your family? How's work going? Listen to what they are saying. People are human. They love to complain. We have an oil for that. It is a simple mathematic calculation, right? But this is the thing, is post-event, what are you doing in your community? What are you doing community classes? We've talked so much about customizing your classes to things that excite you, to things that speak to your group of people. You don't want all the people on your team. You want your people on your team.
Yes.
So
yes.
Stop trying to get all the people and focus on the things that light you up. Sit down and brain dump the 5 things, the 5 areas of your life that you love to be in, that light you up. Whether it is yoga or running or playing with your kids or a knitting club. Whatever it is for you, write those things down. And how can doTERRA be interweaved into those things? This is not rocket science. This business is helping people. And it's constantly showing up and adding value into other people's lives. That's what you're here for. That's what you do. Fall in love with it, or you're in the wrong business.
Woo!
So, that being said, post-event, you are adding value. If somebody doesn't come to my event, like these beautiful women and men said, I'm following up with them. Hey, I really missed you at the event today. Let's figure out a coffee date. When can we meet up? I know that Johnny's been sick, and I know that you and your husband have been struggling with taking time off work. What is their pain point? If I don't know what Simone's pain point is, and
3 kids under 3.
Yeah, so he needs a lot of balance. But if you don't know somebody's pain point, if you don't know what they are struggling with, and you're just constantly saying, hey, come to my class, come to my class, come to my class, there's no perceived value. But if I tell him, hey, we have a couple oils that can help your daughter's skin. We have a couple oils that can help relax your wife, because we all know that she needs some oils, right? But that's the thing, is how are you adding value into other people's lives? You guys do realize it takes anywhere between 12 to 20 touches on somebody to help them purchase something. People want to purchase. Who loves buying things in this room? Raise your hand. People love to purchase things. And we want to purchase things out of excitement and joy and hope. That's what we offer to people. As opposed to out of need, right? So that's what your goal is. That's what your mission is. Fall in love with helping people, and your team will thrive and grow. People will come to your classes. People will beg you to teach a class for them. And on the flip side of that, tell yourself a story of success. Tell yourself a story of people cannot wait to be in my classes. People cannot wait to see me teach them. People are dying for these oils and for me to introduce them. We have the best oils in the whole entire world. And you get to be the person to introduce people. What a gift that you were handed. Do not take that lightly.
You're good. No, you preach, girl. Preach. Yes. In fact, we could just end on that. But seriously though, that does wrap up our panel. Thank you so much. Big round of applause to our panel members. But really quickly, we want to finish strong. We're going to go have a good time at the luau.